Hey, welcome back to the Break Room Podcast.
Yeah.
We are back in the studio, and of course, Joe's not here because he's living his best life over in Florida with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
They're on vacation.
Some
They
Disney
went to go
fun.
see the Galaxy's Edge. He's over at the Millennium Falcon. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous, Joe. Cocksucker. I'm the biggest Star Wars fan here. I'm the only asshole that's not been there. Although, I don't know, Chris, have you been there?
When I went to Disney, the Star Wars stuff was like just starting, so they had like Kylo Ren walking around with some stormtroopers, and they had the Cantina bar, but they didn't have the whole built-up Star Wars area.
I've
and I know
this before. The last time I was at Disney World, The Lion King was a new fucking movie. So.
Well, there you go.
Oof.
They did have like that Star Wars hotel, like that whole immersive experience that was like fucking like $20,000 or something, and it's gone because nobody could afford it.
It was like $5,000 a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
What a shame.
It was nuts.
Would have been a lot of fun. I mean,
it was
seemed
an
cool.
immersive experience in the sense that like everybody was a character. Like you go, you get the foods, all the kind of stuff. It's like literally staying in the Star Wars hotel, like in the universe. But it was just astronomically priced.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel like they could have provided a on the same level experience without charging as much. You know,
I mean, yeah. How much?
I mean, for $1,000, maybe I would consider it just because it's like that kind of experience. But for $5,000, that's you do a lot with $5,000.
You're preying on people's goodwill there at that point.
You could almost like remodel a room in your home for that kind of money. It's like what?
Right.
There are
Just to
people who
wake
did
up
it.
and be like, "Oh, there's R2D2 down the fucking hallway." Come on.
I feel like that's a price no matter what, you're never gonna meet that expectation of what that costs. You know what I mean? It would have to be like I'm on a movie set 24/7. Everywhere I go, I'm just like, oh my god.
I want a life-size Darth Vader that does my taxes for $5,000. Are you kidding me?
But if it's just like, oh, there's blue drink and like here's a bar that glows, like no, I'm gonna be kind of pissed off.
If my room glows, and I can make any kind of drink they can, you know.
And there's nothing really like luxurious looking. When I looked at the photos, it looks like, oh, this is like futuristic, crappy, like I'm on a space hotel.
And it never fails to make me laugh that like people pay these premium prices to drink in the fucking cantina, and it was a dive bar in Star Wars.
Right. Right.
You know, it literally looks like shit because it's supposed to look like shit.
Well, no,
it's
the
not
cantina
like
part was
Coruscant, you know, where they're like eating in luxury. Like this was a dive bar in a backwater planet, and like that's like one of the biggest things that people want to see, which is hilarious.
It's fun. I can't wait. I do want to see that. I'm supposed to go see that in April.
I do want to see the Millennium Falcon. That's my favorite. It's my favorite ship in all of fandom, like, period. I don't know if I've ever said that on the show, but, like, I don't care what, like, that's my favorite, like, even car, like, quote unquote. Like,
favorite vehicle?
Favorite vehicle, I would say, is the Millennium Falcon.
If you could have the Millennium Falcon in any game, you would just put it in.
Absolutely. If I could have the Millennium Falcon in GTA online, I would only be Han Solo.
Listen, you probably could in RP, but.
Yeah, you know that mod exists.
No, but yeah, we miss Joe. Shout out Joe.
Joe.
It's awesome, though. It's good for him. That's like the first time he's been on a plane since ever. I don't know. I think the last time we talked to him, he's like, I've never been on a plane before. I was like, wait, have you ever left the tri-state area? What the fuck?
You know what it also means is that he's the closest to Shawn Michaels in proximity that he's probably been in a very long time. He hates Shawn Michaels, but they're based out of NXT is based out of Florida.
Yeah, but Shawn Michaels has probably come to Long Island at some point in his life.
Yes. Well, he's gone to shows where Shawn was there.
Didn't he see him and then like he would like didn't sign the kids shit and then like left the line?
That's a bull. I don't believe that story whatsoever. It's everyone always. I see that comment all the time on like something about Shawn Michaels. Like I know a guy who the kid waited, and I'm like, it's the same story every time. I think it's one of those copy pastas.
Maybe he just did that all the time, Chris. You know, like
nah.
I mean, when Shawn Michaels shakes off the fucking water or whatever the fucking guy threw at him, and he just shakes it off, that is pretty fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude,
it's a legendary moment. He just doesn't flinch. He just keeps going, smiling. Fucking damn funny.
Even when people were chanting like Shawn is gay, Shawn is gay, he's like, ask your mom and your sister if I'm gay, and all the women start cheering.
Man.
Come on, you can't touch Shawn Michaels.
Joe's not here, so now.
Joe's not here, so this is what's going to happen every time Joe misses the show. We're going to praise Shawn Michaels because he hates him so much.
We can actually have conversations about Shawn Michaels without somebody just screaming.
Michael Jordan. Stone Cold Steve Austin called him the Michael Jordan of wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know.
When I
don't know
said that,
about
Joe flipped out
Joe
on me.
did, yeah,
So,
that definitely triggered
Stone
Joe.
Cold Steve Austin said it himself.
What?
So, Rob,
Speaking of-
you got to go and do something. You actually, the both of you guys got to do something
I
fun,
was
right?
able to bring Vin. We went to Minnesota once again, but actually in November this time, so it wasn't like 7 degrees in the daytime with the sun out. So we were actually able to enjoy ourselves. It's a really short trip. We flew in like Friday night late. Did the con on Saturday from 10 a.m. to like 5:30. They cut us loose.
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
And then they flew us back like red eye Sunday morning.
Perfect.
It was a good trip. Had a great time.
We almost got left
Everybody
at
was
the
very
airport.
happy. Yeah, we got stranded at the airport by the car service that I hired. The guy's definitely like trying to cover for himself. He's like, wait, ended
listen,
up getting picked up
shit-
an hour later.
shit happens, and if you fuck up and you admit to your fuck ups, that's all I'd ever.
That's it,
all I ask of anybody.
But other than that, I mean, it was a really good time. So thank you to the Maplewood Mall in Minnesota for having us out once again. We did it once last year, like I mentioned. It was really, really cold because we were like early December. It was like December 3rd. But it was just particularly cold winter last year. And holy smokes, it was like frigid. I remember being like frigidly cold just walking to the car. Like that was like rough. But this time around, 51 degrees, beautiful, in and out, very happy.
Everybody's blown away. I still get knocked out every time just seeing how blown away some of the people get, because even that little girl was looking at them, Chris, like he was Santa Claus. I'll tell you.
I believe it.
She was just like, do you want a picture? She was just like, yeah. I was like, this kid is fucking
we're both
knocked
fat
out.
white guys with a lot of toys, so I could see where the confusion.
Christ.
I think you would make a good Santa Claus. You make a better Santa
Santa
Claus than
I
Bobby
was
Bacala
insane.
did.
I was Santa Claus, so
Well, kill him the ho ho ho.
at the credit union that I used to work at, they actually hired me to be the company Santa Claus, and I used to do it on was it Saturday afternoons every week. So I would make like a little overtime money on the Saturdays, and that's where the Peter Griffin glasses came from. I had that costume.
They were just Santa glasses.
They were just Santa glasses.
That whole outfit just like fell into place.
Yeah,
It was just there.
I bought it, and like I have my own like professional Santa suit or whatever. And
I meant Peter Griffin, but yeah,
but the
Santa's-
Peter Griffin thing, yeah,
It was just like, I have green pants and fucking circular glasses
yeah.
and a white shirt.
I mean,
white button-up.
everybody's got a white button-down shirt. It's like,
Not many people have green.
Staple.
I have green pants. Not a lot of people have green pants.
I only
Andy.
bought green pants for St. Patrick's Day because you dress up. I used to do a big St. Patrick's. There was
Really?
one year I went bar hopping with my friends in college, and I pretended to be from Scotland the entire time.
Well, see,
People
that would make
believe
that
me.
that'd be funny. But I actually fucking hate St. Patrick's Day.
People believe me.
I fucking hate it, and I'm Irish. But it's just an excuse for people to get belligerently drunk and fucking
See,
black
I
out.
can't stand SantaCon for that reason.
That's
Because that's like Santa Claus. I mean, do whatever you want, like at night. But
Don't
like when you're
desecrate
doing this
Santa
in the middle
Claus.
of the day, when there's kids around, and
It's
you're
like
like getting
pissing and
belligerently drunk in the
shitting
street,
on yourself.
puking all over yourself. That's disgraceful.
Yeah,
I
I agree. You're
Your hair
besmirching the
in
good
the
name of-
toilet.
am
Disgusting.
disgusting.
Vomit all over your face. Your hair in the toilet.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Nah,
Yeah, MapleCon was fun.
But MapleCon, excellent time. Once again, thank you to Ben who had us out there, and very, very cool folks out there. Today is Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. I wanted to touch on Thanksgiving real quick. Had a really good Thanksgiving. Went to my brother's house. Had classic some birds, some canned cranberry sauce. It's got to be canned.
The best.
I
Kind.
just want to say this on the
Yeah.
show. It has to be canned. Miss me with all that fucking chutney bullshit. I don't want to have a little berries and shit. I want it to be a gelatinous, cylindrical
Yep.
amalgamation
Smooth.
of whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have the rings of the can, I don't want it.
Well, the problem too when they do the fruit is that a lot of times, like with these blackberries or cranberries
A
and all
lot
that
of
shit,
seeds.
a lot of seeds. It's the little fucking seeds, and then they load it up with the whipped cream, which is nice. But
Chris, I got a question for you.
sure,
Mashed potatoes or stuffing? If you have to pick one.
I mean, last year we did do a who stays, who goes for, we chose the best side, and we all agreed that the best side on Thanksgiving is stuffing.
Hands
Oh,
down.
I don't know
we did?
anybody that would disagree
Hands
with
down.
that. There's nothing
Everyone
better
I've
than
been
stuffing,
all right,
right?
First of all, girlfriend, mashed potatoes. She said mashed potatoes. Stuffing's disgusting.
What?
Hold on.
She
And
hasn't
then
had
she's
my
She's never
then-
had real
that's all I'm
stuffing. That's
saying.
why she's had
That's
some
what
kind of
I-
bullshit. I don't know what the
She's
fuck
not
she
here
was
to
raised
defend
on,
herself. But then, as I continued to ask this question throughout Thanksgiving, I found it was like 50-50.
Huh.
That's.
Couldn't
I mean, hey,
believe
look,
it.
I love me some mashed potatoes. I think
Right.
that's like a staple of my
I actually
diet
had
at this
both
point.
tonight for dinner. I
Yeah.
had leftover
Yeah,
mashed
leftovers.
potatoes
Damn, I'm
and
jealous. I
leftover
didn't have any.
stuffing. Well, I made the stuffing, so that's why that was the only thing that got left over. But ironically, like a couple of days ago, I ended up making homemade mashed potatoes because I was like really in the mood for it. And you know what? Actually, I
Lovely.
didn't have any cream cheese to put in there.
For what?
I mean, sour cream. You
I was like,
usually put
what?
like sour cream and like.
No, you said
But I-
cream cheese. I was
But
like,
I,
what the
I
fuck?
actually did put cream cheese because I didn't have the sour cream
In
I
mashed
improvised,
potatoes?
and it
Okay.
actually came really good.
I've done it with eggs in it. It works.
It came really good, but
Put sour cream and cream cheese.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Homemade, you got to make it yourself. You know, I mean, you can get the Bob Evans
The
bullshit,
box
but
shit.
it's not.
Nah, that sucks.
Well,
not
then
gonna
it
be
just
good.
tastes like
KFC.
water vapor. Like KFC. Hey, I will say KFC used to have the best mashed potatoes, man, and their gravy was so fucking good. But now, if you go to KFC and you eat those mashed potatoes, it tastes like you're eating water vapor. It's literally water vapor. in that
No
fucking shit.
flavor.
No flavor anymore. It's a shame. you
My
know?
argument
KFC
was that
sucks now.
stuffing pretty much is hard to like miss. Mashed potatoes, though, you need to make. There's got to be the butter, the pepper. You need to have garlic mash. You got to make sure it's spiced up.
But we're very
Stuffing is
fancy
usually-
about our
you could have
stuffing.
stovetop
too. You
and
guys have
fucking
had my
good.
stuffing. I'm pretty sure in the past.
Yeah.
I make it. I prepare it like I make it with ground beef and I make it with sausage. And the sausage, whatever you
win.
get, like the
Just a little salty.
like
That's the only
the
thing with
Jimmy
sausage.
Dean or whatever. But when I make the ground beef, I prepare it like a meatball, so it gives it the Italian flavoring. So it has garlic powder, it has pecorino romano or locatelli, whatever you have, Italian seasoned breadcrumb, 1 egg per pound of ground beef, usually 1 pound. Of
You talking
ground
about
beef is
stuffing
enough.
still?
Yeah, this is
Put ground beef and stuffing.
correct. So it's a mix of like
I don't even
meatball
need all
prepared
that.
ground beef and
I feel like it's not
sausage.
stuffing anymore if you put
Oh, it's
ground beef in it.
fantastic.
I mean,
Trust
I'm
me.
not saying it's not good. I'm just saying it's at that point it's taken on. If you put
Well,
beef
it's
in it,
Casserole.
You start
That's like a
o-
casserole.
No, listen. You start off. You melt a stick of butter, and you saute some onions and celery stalks. Then you add those two meats. Once it's fully cooked through, you mix in the bag of. I usually use Pepperidge Farm stuffing mix,
Pepperidge Farm
and
remembers.
then you add chicken stock or turkey stock to the desired moistness, and you bake it. I bake it 40 minutes on 375, but halftime covered in tin foil, and then the other half you take the tin foil off, and then you're able to get it like a nice crispiness
you gotta take
without
the tin foil
without
to get the
cooking out
crisp.
all of the moisture.
And this is another episode of the
we're
Break
going.
Room
Yeah, we're going
Kitchen.
sidebar on the food shit. But I mean,
But
I
try
just want to
that.
mention,
Follow my instructions, and I promise you,
dude. My aunt makes the best fucking stuffing. There's like
I'll
some
cook
rice
against
in it,
anybody's stuffing.
a little bit of rice in it. There's
I don't like when they
there's
put rice in
mushrooms
stuff.
in it. It's
love-
fucking
mushrooms are so good.
delicious. It's savory. It's got that umami. Yum yum yum. Yum yum yum. Give me more.
Umami.
Umami, yeah, savory fucking goodness. Yeah, stuffing's the best. That's I mean, I love mashed potatoes, but if we were gonna have that kind of dichotomy, it's gonna be
gotta be
stuffing
It
all
has
the
to be
way.
stuffing.
We already agreed
agreed.
on that. I think we all aligned on the whole tube cranberry is definitely the best. Anything else Thanksgiving that that we want to mention?
You know, I like the bird on the day of, but I don't enjoy the leftovers because reheating turkey just never works out. If
Doesn't
you zap it, it's just that funny
Only-
taste in the
It's
microwave.
dry. I actually only have a little sliver of turkey now on Thanksgiving.
You gotta really
Cold-
lather it with gravy in
Just
order.
do cold fucking turkey sandwiches with mayo.
Can't eat cold meat. It's disgusting. I feel like
Even
it's
cold
zero
cuts?
It's cold cuts are different because they're fucking made to be cold.
Even
Cold
chicken
cuts are
cutlet.
no chicken cutlet can't have
You don't
cold.
need chicken cutlet out
Can't
the
have
fridge?
cold chicken.
If it's
crushed-
a fry,
Can't
if
have
it's
cold
just fried
wings.
chicken cutlet,
If
Disgusting.
there's a
that's
plate of
fridge.
chicken cutlets in the fridge at
That I
night,
could do.
It's like eating
It's like
cold
50
soup. It's the I
No,
just meat has to
nothing
be
like
hot
cold
for me.
soup.
I cannot eat unless it's fucking salami or like bologna. Meat's got to be hot. I don't like that cold meat shit. It's fucking
crazy.
disgusting.
Chris,
What do you eat cold soup or fucking,
No,
you know?
That's not the equivalent. Don't even try to.
It's like
that's
warm
false-
ice cream.
That's a
Remember the Michael
false
No,
Keaton
dichotomy.
it's
Batman?
not.
He's like, the soup is cold. He's like, it's fishy swallow, sir. It's supposed to be cold.
By the way, Tricky Ricky's in the house. Shawnette's in the house.
Ricky.
New viewer Shawnette. Appreciate you guys being here. We're meandering today, right? I mean, we've just fucking been in like this autopilot, you know,
Trying
holidays.
to get to the holiday.
That's it. You know,
Now
it's
we're
the end
through
of the
it,
year.
and
We're
it's-
getting like senioritis for the year, I guess you would call it. You know, it's
Got to re-energize, but yeah.
and then we go into the doldrums of January and February.
dark at
and we have to
4:30,
Get through all
sun's-
that shit. And then,
I like that though. I mean,
Yeah,
I
clearly
want to go
have
to
hope
bed
at
by
the end of
8:30. I'm
April.
fucking tired. I'm like trying to play a video game. I'm right now. I'm playing Resident Evil 4, and it's like I'll be like into something, but I'll just also be a little
like I want to lay
Ugh.
down. It's 5 o'clock. It's like, are you kidding me?
yeah. No, it's not working for me, but it doesn't help.
Terrible.
I like it. It gives me an excuse
I'm
to
a
stay
bear.
inside.
I want to like go to sleep in the winter. You know?
Can't go out. It's dark. You know I don't fucking drive while it's dark out. I don't.
Hear me out. All right, so the winter time benefits of the winter. All right, yes, it's cold, but you know
I like
you could always
Mosquitoes
put
die. That's about it.
no bugs, no fucking bugs, no allergies.
There's no people either because who the
No
hell wants to
people.
be out there?
Sounds good to me. You know, I love the winter time. I like you
Yeah,
know.
but I want to be one of the people that can be outside. You know, if I could have immunity to winter, that would be great. But
Yeah.
I get cold. You know, even as fat as I am, even fat people.
When I get out of
cold.
work, just want to go home, throw in the sweatpants, jump on a game, and then I'm like, all right, I guess this is all I really got to do.
But sometimes I like to sit
need to go to the fucking
outside,
gym
you
is
know,
what I
sit
need
in
to
the
do.
rocking chair, put on an audio book or something.
Oh,
Smoke,
during the summer?
You know, yeah, it's like
Oh, yeah.
it's, I
It's
like
nice.
I like using my backyard,
It's
and it like
nice.
upsets me that like most of the year I can't.
Yeah, it's definitely a Northeast problem.
Yeah,
But no, they need to
looking
get rid
forward
of daylight savings. We got to get rid of it. It's over. We
not
don't need it
helping
anymore.
anybody.
We're not farmers. We're not waking up at 4
I
a.m.
I feel like it adds
farmers, bum,
character. I don't know. It adds some kind of different
It
fucking
adds
thing.
spice
you know?
to the
Little
year.
zesty,
You know,
it just-
we need.
It
these
fucks you
little-
out of an hour of sleep, or it gives you an hour of sleep. You know, they give
It's
with
like
one
you're
hand.
terrible
paying
when it
penance.
takes
You got to
it.
change your clocks twice a year. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like
But
it.
today's Black Friday, the biggest,
Fucking the biggest
American-
scam, the biggest fucking scam
It
in
is.
American history.
Yes,
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a
And
fucking.
I mean, granted, it
Pure
has
American
changed drastically over the years. I remember back in like circa like 2008 or so when I was working in Toys R Us. I remember it being like pandemonium on Black Friday.
There were
And,
real fucking deals, man. You
but-
could get like
but
a whole
back then
boatload
it
of
was-
Christmas gifts for $150.
It was nuts. I remember working like the crowd to come into Toys R Us because my register had broken down on the very first transaction, and every other register was being used. I mean, they had like the store was running on all pistons. Like I'd
Yeah.
never seen everybody at a register. Like it was nuts. And I remember the Best Buy line because this was in Bayshore, where there was a Best Buy on one end of the mall and Toys R Us on the other end. And Best Buy's line was so long, we had to rope off Toys R Us's line so that people knew which line to get on.
Fucking Best Buy
but it was-
bastards.
This was
screwed me.
the year that the guy got trampled at Target. This was I think or at least around then. Like we were aware that people were like dying over sales, you know, nationally. And it's nuts. It's like only in America do we, kill people over a television the day after we said what we were thankful for, you know.
But is it even
It
real?
just destroyed. It just destroyed. If you had to work in any of those businesses for that retail industry,
And I had
it
to work
destroyed.
Thanksgiving night.
Right, it destroyed the whole fucking holiday. It
Yeah.
just made
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole day miserable because all I did was dread that I had to wake up at 3 a.m. or be at work by 4, whatever the fuck the problem was.
Well, that's the thing. Little by little, they started making it.
Miserable.
Oh, it used to be like 8 in the morning on Friday. Then it was we'll just open at like 4 or 5 a.m. And then it's we'll just open at midnight. And then it's actually we're gonna open up at 10 p.m. on fucking after your Thanksgiving dinner.
Yep.
You know, it got
Scum.
it's so ridiculous.
And then all the people who made that plan, guess what they were? They were at home with their
oh
families.
yeah, they're fucking the
Of course.
Just a
executives.
scumbag pleb. Fucking working this
We
fucking.
want to
remember-
take this
I
time to
remember
thank our
working-
employees for being there.
Family. We're family.
We're family.
Just make sure you remember when we're family and you're at work on Black Friday.
Yeah.
We're not a fucking family.
I remember working the 10 o'clock Thanksgiving night shift, at Toys R Us back in that was like '09 or
gross.
something like that. It was terrible. It's
You had
like
to clean up.
you got to
the
leave your
slop.
family to like
Yeah, sorry, guys.
go
See you
sell
later.
some shit to people, and it's like you got to be kidding me.
Enjoy your fucking night and all the
unacceptable.
dessert and the drinking. 'cause
Now
I
it's
gotta
a
go to-
completely different climate. They have like 3-day sales for the entire weekend. They're not giving as much away in this form of bargains. And I feel like you're getting a better bargain on like Cyber Monday. That's like the new thing, you know.
.com.
The Cyber Monday deal is like basically what saved a lot of the retail workers' lives.
Have you ever gotten a good deal on Black Friday? Because I mean, the only thing
No,
I've ever gotten
never.
a good deal on is like subscription type stuff.
I'll
Where
buy
you can
games.
get PlayStation Plus for like a year of PlayStation Plus for like $20 cheaper. Like subscriptions and services I found, but I've never gotten a physical good on Black Friday that for a good price. I feel like they just raise the price and then raise the discount. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Are you really getting fucking 50% off, or did they just raise the price $200 and then make it 50%? You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Is there really any? If there's anybody in the comments, I'm sure Yao's in the
always-
comments. Have you gotten a good Black Friday Yao deal?
It's always for things that I
haven't.
don't want. It's always for brands that I don't give a shit
You can get
about.
3 Affliction shirts and get a 4th one free. Okay.
You get, some TV that I definitely don't want.
They
I
get a
can some
Sony
kind-
Bravia. It's like, who the fuck are buying those anymore? Yeah.
Well,
Right,
I
right.
mean, now I
It'll
would
be
get
a
the
high
OLED,
sense.
but
It'll be a high sense fucking TV for
Yes,
$100, and then the fucking backlight burns out in 6 days.
it's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Stopped selling 6 months ago.
yeah. What good deals have you guys? I mean, does anybody know of any good deals going on right now? I know. I will say this as far as good deals go. We've mentioned several times on here. Rob knows Steve Bloom.
The voice acting
famous
class.
voice actor. He
He's running a 50%
he did Spike
off.
Spiegel. He's done the robot from Toonami. He's done a ton of different voices. His voiceover classes are normally like 1,600 or something like that, or 2,000 maybe.
something like that.
I think they're
for a year.
50% off for the weekend. So if you're interested in voice acting, learning more about that, maybe that's a good opportunity. That's it. Haven't seen anything else.
Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit now.
Oh, yeah, Cyber Monday. I have gotten Cyber Monday deals through Amazon.
Yes.
Like, a lot of my Philips Hue light bulbs that I have through the house, I definitely got on like Black Friday deals, and that's how I was able to outfit the whole house. Because normally they're like $45 a bulb, and they're like very expensive, but you can get like 50% off or buy one get one, that kind of stuff.
I don't know if I'm going to buy anything. I don't know. I'm going to try not to.
I'm trying not to. I'm really like
I have
broke
what I
lately.
need.
Which,
just have
speaking
what I
of
need,
broke,
man.
I'm running a sale on my cameos, $20 cameos for the next few days
There you go.
for my Black Friday deal.
So there you go.
And then it's going up until the end of the month, and then it's going back to $50. So if you want a Christmas shout out or birthday, or buy it in advance, cameo, do it up. I'm there on as Rob Franzese or the Real Life Peter Griffin. You can look up either or. You'll find me there. So I have a Black Friday deal. There you go. You're gonna spend your money on Black Friday, spend it somewhere good.
There you go.
Just shouting out some of the comments here. So Tricky Ricky's here. Yao is here. Josh Sells says, "What's up, guys? Welcome, Josh. Welcome to the show.
What are you buying?
We're just bitching about Black Friday. Fuck Black Friday.
It just sucks.
I'm just and it's so nice too that we're off. How nice is that? Because I've worked on every Black Friday my entire life up until this newer office job. So
Pretty much. I've done everything I could not to, but I have worked too many of them.
well, because that's the thing is you can't even usually like request off. It's no Black
It's
Friday.
blacked
no,
out.
No,
Black
no, you
Friday's
can't.
blacked
No,
out.
Black Friday. We got to. We need you here. We need you
You
here.
want to open or you want to close?
We're gonna have food. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna have food. We're gonna cater it.
have
We're gonna have
cold
food, and by
food.
the time you get to eat it, it's gonna be fucking cold and
It's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
room
dry
temperature. It's not even
because
like-
it's been sitting in a sterno that fucking burnt
Oh,
out.
cool. It's room temperature food. That's
Or
great.
the people that
It's healthy.
came in when it got delivered took all the good shit.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck Black Friday. I've always hated working on Black Friday. I've worked the night shifts where it's like I'm working from like 12 to fucking 8 in the morning. And it's for what? For what? To sell a bunch of bullshit.
I worked 10 o'clock Thanksgiving night until 6 o'clock in the morning, Black Friday morning. I remember like leaving, and like that's when a lot of people were starting to like hit the stores and stuff. And I remember just coming home and like going to sleep in the morning, and like that was one of the first times I ever did that.
Yeah.
I always worked like normal like hour shifts. I never did like overnights. But that was like the first overnight I ever did.
Black Friday is when I found out you could overdose on like Red Bull. Like I had no sleep. I had to be at work at like 3 a.m. to start the shift. So I go to sleep fucking late anyway. So it was like maybe took a nap, went in, tried to work from whatever it was, 4 a.m. to 4 p.m., some bullshit 12-hour shift. Even just to get to the afternoon. It might have been a regular shift even, but to just make it to 12, 1 o'clock from then, I drank like 3 Red Bulls, and that was like the first I had really ever drank it. Oh, man, I was so wired. It was the worst feeling ever.
Yeah, you'll see your heart fucking popping out of your chest.
Did I ever tell you about the first time I ever had Red Bull?
No.
I was a junior firefighter at the Deer Park Fire Department back when I was a kid. And this was like circa 2001, 2000. Yeah, it was about 2001. Yeah, it was the year that 9/11 happened. Like right after that, like I signed up with them and I did it for like 3 or 4 years or however long.
2001. How old were you in 2001?
I was in 8th grade.
You could be a firefighter in 8th grade.
I was a junior firefighter. You know,
sweep up the garage.
Junior. So we used to wash the trucks. They used to teach us stuff, and it would like kind of prep you so that once you turned 18, you could take the test and become a firefighter. And it kind of had you like a shoe in because, you know, you were already trained and stuff. So I did that for a few years. I thought I was going to join the fire department, but then it got to be like I was going to turn 18, and they're like, all right, well, you could either go to school or you could do the fire department, but you can't do both. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go to college. Bye, guys. Which I don't know which was the worst.
Now you're like,
worst
wait.
choice. I'm like, wait, maybe I should have just stayed. But I remember they got cases of Red Bull in, like, when they were first coming out. And me and this other kid thought they were just, like, sodas, and we drank, like, a bunch of them. And I was an ADHD kid, too, so I was like...
Oh, God. Zooming around. Yeah, I think I was in middle school when I first saw that shit in 7-Eleven, so I got it. And it tasted so bad, I didn't even finish it. I think me and my friend tried it, and we were just like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted.
But then you wanted it again, right?
Right after then, no, but that started later, and that definitely started after I started drinking fucking alcohol, because then my taste buds were, getting murdered, and I was just like more attuned to not
disgusting
great
beverages.
flavored things. Yeah. So as you develop that taste, you know what I mean, and yeah, Red Bull then became like I used to love Red Bull. I stopped. I haven't drank it in like a year.
So I have a funny story that you're mentioning this because I'm realizing the first energy drink that I ever had back in the day, WWF used to actually advertise energy drinks. Like it was constantly, it was just, I think they were just called energy drinks. It was like the first energy drink that I ever remember hearing about. And it was just called energy, and they had like different color cans. And
it's energy.
it had that same like iron kind of like metallic-y kind of taste that it's like super tart and super sweet and like a little bitter too. And you almost don't like it, but like that offensiveness of the flavor
it's like drinking
also kind of makes you want to try it again.
Chuck Norris's urine is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. So I mean, they were conditioning us to drink that shit for a long time.
Yeah, it was, and then although I didn't think that Red Bull was like horrendous when I first tried it, what I did think was horrendous and never tried it again was Four Locos when that came out.
Four Locos.
Everybody was trying to get their hands on Four Locos, and then I tried it. I was like, "This is vile," and I dumped the rest out. I couldn't even drink it.
Well, you're mixing an upper and a downer too. Like you're literally not like it's like you're giving yourself heart problems by drinking this.
People were dying from that shit when it first.
They were, yeah. And then people were arguing about it. They were mad that they changed the formula. They were like, "No, it's bullshit.
I want this stuff that kills me." Yeah.
It's like if you want to take Red Bull and mix it with vodka, you're allowed to do that. You cannot sell the two of them mixed together because it's literally, again, upper and a downer.
Speedball.
Yeah. So, I never got into those either. It was just fucking, they were disgusting. Bad idea.
Yeah. No.
People who loved them really loved them.
Yeah.
That was a blackout in a can. That's all it really was.
It's just pure bad for you.
Yeah.
Between the sugar content and the alcohol content, it's like you're gonna die from heart failure or diabetes.
Well, whenever I have a Red Bull, it's like making a deal with the devil. Like, cause sometimes you didn't sleep. It's like you got to get a Red Bull. You got to survive. You're going to work, right?
5 hour energy. That's another one.
Well, 5 hour energy is hard. Really hard to taste. But whenever I have a Red Bull, though, always fucks up my stomach now. Always, like, fucks up my teeth. Like, you can, like, after you drink it, it's like smoking a cigar. You know, it's like you just, the rest of the day, until you fucking brush your teeth, you're just fuzzy slippers, like, fucking 20 minutes after drinking it on your teeth. Like, it's the sugar and the acidity. It's so fucking bad for your mouth.
Yeah, you definitely need a palate cleanser after that stuff.
Switching gears a little bit, have any of you guys, I know this is totally out of left field, I just mentioned it to Vin before the show, new game came out. I don't know if it was today or a couple of days ago, but RoboCop. You hear anything about this?
So I remember seeing trailers for a RoboCop game. I haven't played it or anything. I heard that it was getting positive reviews.
Dude, apparently it's out already. I just bought it before the show. It's downloading, so I'm going to play it a little later. Maybe I'll stream it on the channel here at some point. But it's getting 5-star, 4.5. Like right now, it's average 4.5 stars. I was looking at the comments. People are like, "This should be Game of the Year," which is a big statement. You know, I don't know. You know, and who knows if they played Baldur's Gate? We didn't, and apparently that's the Game of the Year. But that's like just makes me so happy to hear that like a new game came. I love RoboCop. I love those movies.
Cease and desist.
Yeah. You know, he's just such a badass.
Died that they made go to work.
Yeah, literally he died.
Yeah,
on the job
they literally brought him back to fucking.
Oh, can I just got to say this really quick. This is a funny story tying into that. I was just watching like old footage of like a Marvel float at the Macy's Thanksgiving parade years ago, and they had like Captain America chasing Dr. Doom around on the float, and then fucking out of nowhere, RoboCop just opens the door and is there, and I'm like, what the fuck is RoboCop doing here in a Marvel float? But then I realized I had read in the comments, which, you know, you take it at face value, but I think in 1992, Marvel was the ones that ran the RoboCop comic. So Marvel had the rights to RoboCop for distribution at the time. So maybe that's why they had him on the float.
That's funny.
Hey, I mean, who owns it?
Whatever the movie studio is.
Yeah, what studio is that? Is it like 20th Century Fox or
I
like?
don't know.
It's probably some.
Got to look that up.
I don't think it's Fox because Disney would own RoboCop. Then do they own RoboCop?
Did they try to relaunch RoboCop? I forget. I feel like I remember hearing that, and then I'm like, did I just make that up? Did they?
They haven't made a
like,
RoboCop in a long time.
Yeah, because I feel like that game almost seemed a little out of left field, and then it got delayed a little. I know it got pushed back, but it looks good. Everything I saw, it looks like a lot of fun.
I heard that it's a good cop game, which
I wonder what that means.
Intrigues me. Like if it's a game where you can really feel like like the thrill of.
Is it multiplayer or is it single player?
No, I mean it's single player, I believe.
My observation, it looked kind of linear, and it looked like you were going into combat scenarios, like as the game progressed, and you can approach the scenarios in different ways. Like you could throw all the explosive, like a fuel can, you can toss into the room and blow it up, and I think it's one of those. I think it seems like heavy on the set piece and how you can approach the different scenario.
Well, I mean, it seemed too like it had the overlay of like his heads-up display that he sees. Like it has like that, like those lines through the video, like the 80s kind of like I don't know what you would call that effect. It's it's got like that honing in system that he has with like the lines, like they have a line going this way and a line going this way.
Targeting system.
Yeah, it has like the targeting system too in it. It looked really cool, and I mean, like, I'm just so excited. Yeah, right? I'm so excited.
It's funny. RoboCop is kind of synonymous with video games to me, too, because that was one of the few games that I had on the Game Boy.
Oh, it was an NES game, too, back in the day.
Yeah,
I think there was a RoboCop.
Game Boy, and I remember playing the game before I had ever seen the movie. Like, I knew RoboCop as, like, a video game, and then I saw the movie finally, I love that movie.
It does look very good, too. It's a UE5 game, so it is a...
Yeah.
Next gen.
It looked almost like Cyberpunk, when I was looking at it.
Definitely got that vibe.
Dude, the first time I saw RoboCop, I was probably like 5 or 6 years old, and I just remember like fucking, they're just blowing his fucking limbs off. And like, it is not a movie for children. No, like, especially when you go back, they're like doing blow.
Oh yeah.
There's fucking exploding
I'll buy
limbs.
That for $1.
Red Foreman, yeah.
Red Foreman dies of that.
He fucking like gets a toxic sludge and he starts like melting. Yeah. I was watching this shit when I was like 5 or 6 years old. It like stuck with me for it's really fucked me up.
I'll bet. Yeah, no, that movie's it's peak '80s action. Like the fucking
It's the
robot
most
like gets
80s.
defeated because he can't go down the stairs.
Oh, Joe's in the comments. Joe's
Hey,
here.
Joe. What do you know?
He said Outer Rim is the best drink in the cantina.
Outer Rim.
He says he's been on plenty of planes.
It's tough because that little heart's in the way there. So he says I've been on lots of planes, not in 7 years though. So
Oh, it's
he's
just been a
catching
while?
up. Yeah, he's
Gotcha.
still a little bit further
It's a
back.
sin.
It's a
Been on a plane
sin.
before.
It's a sin. So he's watching back. He's watching the. Oh, it's kind of
He's catching up.
yeah. We're playing like Marvel Multiverse with this because if he watches,
Joe's on
once
the
he get
alternate
into this
timeline.
point,
Oh, that's it. Then he's gonna be like, "Oh, look at that." That's
He's
when
gonna
it came
start
out.
being like, "Fuck Shawn Michaels! I'm gonna fucking go show up at the performance center and kill him."
we're circling the whole show back to the beginning.
Dude, I mean, I'm pretty sure Joe loves himself some RoboCop. So
He was he was talking about the game. I remember a few months ago he brought it up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we were talking about that because they had dropped the trailer and it was like, "Oh, this looks pretty cool." We might have even played it down here. The trailer. I don't remember though.
I think so. Yeah. So I mean, maybe I'll stream that then because I'm curious. That'll
We
be.
had another good Terminator game too.
Have we ever had
Terminator
a good Terminator game? Like, has
Now
there been
I will
one?
say this was I mean this is going back. This might have been PS2. There 2 or 3. There was one where he was voiced by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it was really good because like you'd kill somebody and like you get like a headshot, you'd be like, outstanding. I would love that shit.
I just remember the arcade cabinet. That was like the Terminator game I always remember with the machine
I
gun.
had that on Game Boy
Yes,
too.
arcades at like Dave and Buster's or whatever. Even they would have that.
Yep.
Those
Yeah.
games I remember, but I don't really remember a good Terminator
Shooters
game.
and stuff, yeah.
No, that's true. Games weren't what they are now.
RoboCop versus Terminator.
Well, most of
If
the
that
time
was
when they
cool.
have a game that's based off of like a movie or something like that, they've
Terrible.
always sucked, right?
Licensed
You know,
bunch
that's
of shit.
it's more of a recent thing where they've started to, I don't want to say perfect that formula, but they've gotten better with it.
Yeah.
But most, I mean, like the E.T. game, the Lion King
Oof.
game.
Well, the
Uh,
Lion King, no,
The Lion King game
Great,
was a good
but
game
damn, it
that
was
was just
hard.
It's hard,
extremely
right?
hard.
you just
Yeah.
can't beat it. You just
Just
can't.
extremely
Because
hard.
there's no saves. You
Unforgiving.
can't save it. You can't.
Oh.
You can't
God.
rewind. When they were released them, they made them like rewindable, so you can like undo like the last shit you did. Because like
Bro.
that would be the game changer for me on the Sega Genesis. 'Cause I can't tell you how many times when Rafiki gives you that like disappointed look at the end of the game when you lose, it's like,
Fucking
all
lava
right,
level.
fuck yourself. I used to get so mad. I would shut the fucking system
Oh, yeah.
before you look at me. I'd be like, God damn.
I remember the lava level. That was one of them.
But wait, the lava level.
I'm pretty sure.
No, that was Aladdin.
Oh, that
the
was
lava.
Aladdin. Sorry.
Yeah, because Lion King was the I can't wait to be king in the fucking jungle, where you constantly die, and then it takes you to the elephant. No, before the elephant graveyard, you have to survive the stampede, right?
Yeah, that's the one where you're running at the screen, I think.
Yeah, and then eventually you become like adult Simba, and then like you can fight the shit.
I think I had that on like Game Gear. I don't even think I had it on the Sega Genesis.
I had it on the
I
Genesis
had it on
for
Game
sure.
Gear.
And then what people don't talk about is
Game Gear.
one of the Disney games. I had the Jungle Book too. That was a notoriously hard game. Like
Unforgiving.
I think I got further in Lion King than I did in the Jungle Book.
Also Jurassic Park. That was
Jurassic
another
Park. I
tough-
didn't. I had on the Game Boy, not on the system.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a pain in the ass.
I played
game.
a lot of that because I loved Jurassic Park. I loved
Oh, yeah.
dinosaurs, all that shit. In fact,
I think there was a
having
newer
poster
game.
on my wall when I was a kid. It was a collection of all the trading cards.
It would have been nice if we got better games from the awesome.
I think there
movie
was a newer
franchises.
Jurassic Park game. I feel like I remember people were playing a couple years ago.
I don't
Really?
know if
On
I'm
like
training.
PS4, maybe.
Was
There-
it like a park builder game? Where,
I
like,
think
you make
so.
your
I
own
think it was
tile?
might have been something like that, but like, you know, they can break out and you have
I
to
would
fight
think
them.
you would enjoy that because you love building parks and stuff.
I would definitely do it, but for Jurassic Park, you want more than that.
So
Yeah.
this is gonna maybe boil you guys a little bit, but another thing we could add to the list of things that I've never actually fully seen: Jurassic Park.
What?
Never saw all the Jurassic Park movies.
No. But you saw the original Jurassic
I
Park.
saw an accumulation of all the scenes. I probably never sat and watched it all the way through, but I've seen it in its entirety in fragments.
That's Mr. D&E.
I mean, I might have seen it when I was really young before I could remember it. I remember like the Jello, like the footsteps in the Jello, and they were like, oh, that's mostly what I remember.
The footsteps was a
The
different
water.
thing. The footsteps was with the water in the cup. The Jello is the girl with the shaking it on the spoon
Velociraptor.
because she's terrified.
He's never seen Jurassic
Man,
Park. That's
Maybe not.
I would put that above Donnie Brasco, honestly.
I remember
So
Newman's in it.
gross.
Newman ends up getting killed. I've probably seen it.
No, that's not good enough.
Hold on to your
Probably
butts.
seen it.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually,
It's one of the all-time.
we have a good comment here. Jarrett Smith actually said something I
Yes.
totally forgot about. He
Good
said
call.
the South Park Snow Day trailer on Tuesday was neat, but it still lacked a specific debut date. I hate game trailers that only tell you a year that a game is set to debut and nothing yet. It's the worst
That-
torture when they just tell you the year. Not even like if it's like winter. That's still annoying too when it's like winter,
We
spring.
don't even fucking have that with Wolverine, Christ's sakes.
That's true. We got
there's a
nothing
few-
with that.
We have a lot of stuff that's going to come up early.
I keep seeing
in-
posters for it, and I don't know if it's legit or
Nah,
not.
they're fake.
Uh,
Well,
There's
next-
a lot of fan
next
made
year-
bullshit too that people make. The South Park game though, really,
Would
I just saw the
love to
trailer for
play
that
that.
today. It looked pretty good. And I
It's
never played
multiplayer.
any of the other ones. The Stick of Destiny, I know, like I saw some video gameplay on it, and it was fucking hilarious. It was like playing a crazy episode of South Park.
Yep, great
It's
game.
very, very funny. The guys that made South Park are big video gamers too. I know
Trey
that.
Parker and what's the
Matt
other guy?
Stone and
Matt
Trey
Stone,
Parker.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic RPG. It's like a full-blown RPG.
Yeah, I heard.
It's legit. It's not even just like, oh, South Park skin,
Right.
and you're playing a little episode. It's an in-depth, like, really good laid-out game.
They always
All
had
of
good
their
games. Back on the
games.
64, they had a
That's true.
South Park Rally was a fun game,
Yep.
which was like a racing game.
The cool,
And then they also had just a regular South Park on Nintendo 64. And it was...
You know who else has had
Very
some
fun.
great games? It was a cartoon, The Simpsons.
Oh,
Simpsons
well,
had
yeah.
great
Hit and
arcade
Run.
games back in the day. Hit and Run was great. And then they came out with the Simpsons game, I think, on the 360 and the PS3. That, like, in fact, I even have still in the plastic wrap. They had like you remember when Homer gets like to like a balloon? They made a little squishy toy that was exclusive that like you had to like buy it at the time when it launched. I think I had to pre-order it to get that,
nice.
and I never opened it. So that's floating around in my attic. So
The cool thing with the South Park Snow Days, it's like a 4-way multiplayer, too. I think it's a...
yes.
full
You can
multiplayer
play with
game.
your friends, actually. They were saying that. They're like, and if you don't have any friends, like,
Yeah.
they're, making fun of if you don't have any friends, you can matchmake with strangers, too, apparently. And it looked like it had a whole combat system. I mean, it actually looked almost like a combat game where, you're jumping up and then, like, diving in and attacking people. And, of course, it's South Park, so, instead of magic powers, it's like you have, like, a fart blast or, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
is it turn-based combat like a JRPG?
it did not look
No.
like turn-based combat.
That's how Stick of Destiny might be. I forget if it's more, Skyrim-y. I think it's more Skyrim. I don't
It
think
looked
it's
like it was
turn-based.
full blown, just like combat.
This
back
new
and
one
forth. It didn't look
is
like
a crazy combat fighter, like
it was like a
fighting
3D too.
force or
I think Stick of Destiny, I believe, might have almost been like 2D, like South Park style.
it is. Yeah, it looks like an
Whereas
episode.
This new one is like 3D, like
Mm.
it's the camera
Nice.
moves and stuff, so it's not like a traditional South Park game. But yeah, Jared Smith here is saying that there's no date, there's no month, or even a season. It's not a good sign. I mean, it's true, but you know what? I also, I've learned to just, not even pay. Like when it's good, before you know it, it's going to be here. Just like RoboCop. I remember when we heard RoboCop was coming out, it was like, oh, when, now it's here. So you just got to not think about it. Same thing with Grand Theft Auto. Just not even going to think about it. I still think it's going to be.
I can't even.
Oh,
I'm frothing
2024.
at the mouth, but I can't not. It's just like so ever present right now. The Grand Theft Auto thing, the looming trailer. Any time in between the announcement and the release is kind of torturous because it's just everyone's bullshit.
Do you
and
think
I'm
they're
so
going to
sick.
drop a release date with the trailer?
Yeah, I think at this point they're pretty
Fall
set.
2024.
They're
And
pretty
then it's going
set
to get
on-
delayed.
I agree. I think it's a 2025 game. I think it's just one of those things that they're going to want it to be perfect. And if they're so ready to announce, I think what'll really dictate it is how much do we see in this trailer. I think then we'll know more, of course, beyond them just announcing it, but will it be delayed? How much are we seeing? If we're seeing more than we expect, I'd be like, wow, I think next fall seems like realistic.
I can't wait to see how they push the tech because it's going to have to look fantastic.
It has to. I don't know
Absolutely.
how they're gonna meet or exceed the expectation, but they will because they always have. And you can look at a game like Red Dead that's 5 years old and say it's the pinnacle of what an open sandbox world
Still looks
like.
better than anything else.
There's
Red
no,
Dead.
yeah, there
We're
is
looking
no
at like
game.
3 years or more already with the PlayStation 5, and we really haven't seen any like
Mind
Unreal Engine
blowers.
5, Unreal Engine 5, other than like Fortnite and shit like that.
Well, in Unreal Engine, it's all been like, here's what it looks like, but we still don't have it yet.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
It's like they showed off that whole thing with the Matrix, and then no developer since has really.
Well, RoboCop is one of them.
Is it 5 though?
It's 5, yeah.
Okay.
So it has the assets of 5. It's now that's the other difference.
It's going to be one of like the beginning. It's almost like the guinea pig game, I guess, for 5.
It's probably
the first
because the
ones.
game's a first-person shooter. It's easier to. There's certain focal points a first-person shooter can concentrate on that allows it to be more,
Don't have to render the
polished.
entire map.
right. It's not an
Simultaneously.
open world sandbox. You don't have to figure out how to render the resolutions and the different distances. And
Well, that's why I'm so
Rage is
excited
just-
for the Rage engine for GTA 6 or whatever they're going to call it. Maybe it won't be GTA 6. Maybe it'll be GTA name because there's GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 4. So is this going to be GTA 6 or is it going to be some kind of name? Either way,
Phil brought that up. He said, "Interesting that they just said the next Grand Theft Auto."
right? They didn't call it
And I
GTA
was like-
6, which it may be, but I'm just excited to have another engine in gaming. That's
Yeah.
because it's just everything is Unreal Engine, and it is cool because
Unity, yeah.
what's Unity?
Unity's the other competitor to Unreal.
Whose is it?
Unity is, I think that's the name of the company.
Like what games? What studios?
I fucking don't remember right now. Don't
and
put me on the
EA
spot
does.
with
What does EA use?
Frostbite, I believe. Yeah, Frostbite with Battlefield and
Like a Dice
Madden.
engine or something. I feel like I remember something at one point.
Right.
I wonder with the
exactly.
higher fidelity games coming out, if other studios are going to feel pressured to get into that.
Well, the
level,
thing
'cause
with
nobody wants to downgrade their experience going from one game to another.
no, and Rage is specific to Rockstar. They don't open it up. It's not, it's proprietary to them. Gives them their competitive advantage. Unreal Engine is actually what's used in rendering like Mandalorian as well.
Yeah.
So those are like film level examples. That's how like high end it is. But yeah, I don't think we've actually seen the next gen we expected over the course of the past 3 years.
I mean, we did get
And
hit
we're-
with a global pandemic. I'm sure
We've given them
affected stuff.
every fair
Yeah,
excuse.
but you know what? We
and
fucking
now-
also paid $700 for a fucking PlayStation 5.
I
You
paid
know, and
like $2,000.
we were
like, all
fucking
in
all said and done with the packages and whatnot more.
Got the
you know,
TV, I
And
got
we
the
were sold a
memory.
bill of goods, and now I want what I
You know
want
what
to
I
get.
got? I got a really quiet PS4 Pro. You know what I mean? An
Yeah, that's how it
unstressed out
feels.
PS4 Pro. I don't hear this thing.
It's also
I
triple
know
the size.
We're
though.
not tapping into it. I don't think it's that the power doesn't exist in the system. I just think that you're at a weird crux of the technology is changing so dramatically, and some of the developer tools haven't caught up to it. Like there are advancements happening that are just taking time, and honestly, they've invested so much over the course of 8-10 years. They weren't going to be quick to just let go of that and move on because that transition takes so much time, and everybody's so fucking impatient. They want it now. They want different. They want the remastered version of all the previous games because of nostalgia. They want updated. They want the sequel all at the same time. They want it to. It's not possible. It's just and they want the next gen, the new look, the 4K with the unrestricted ray trace. Like, I think we're probably still one generation from that because the switch to 4K is what we really just went through. Everyone got a 4K OLED TV for their PS5. The PS5, like if you had a PS4 Pro and you were running Red Dead, you could hear that thing from like the next room.
I thought I was going to take off.
Now it's whisper quiet. It doesn't even exist. It's just
And I've taken it
appliance.
for granted too because Recently, I dug out my PS3 to play the Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker and Metal Gear Solid 4 games.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And hearing it like struggling to read the disc and stuff like that, it's just funny hearing those sounds again because it's been some time. Peace Walker's been really good. I haven't gotten to 4 yet because I want to beat Peace Walker first, but it's fun to kind of go back on an old system.
I love that you're getting through it, dude. I knew that you would love the Metal Gear series. Peace Walker, I just finished 2 again. I've been streaming it on the channel. I was streaming last night. Tricky Ricky was there. From the Dungeon was there. Man, I can't wait to play Peace Walker at some point. But I'm gonna finish 2. I'm gonna do 3 again because I want to take my time with 3. I'm gonna do Peace Walker. I'm gonna go through the whole thing like you, but I'm just going a little bit slower.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, it kind of forces you to take your time with Peace Walker because you got to build up a team. You got to utilize your research and development. There's a lot of facets to that game other than just playing main missions because you're just not going to be able to complete certain missions without upgraded gear and like even something as simple as creating an RPG. Like they don't just give you the weapons; you can't just pick them up. Like in previous games, like you have to like develop them through your R&D team.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so it's definitely a tougher game. You're only able to carry 2 weapons at a time, so you really got to like decide like what am I going to bring out on the mission, and then if you lose, you can kind of go back to the drawing board and pick different equipment, see what serves you better. Like I remember fighting the flying mech thing, and like I was trying to use the RPG, and it's like it kept swaying out of the way when the rocket would come towards it. So I knew that was like a kind of a waste of a slot of a weapon. So I ended up kind of having to go back and pick a different weapon. But it's definitely the toughest game I played in the series so far.
They always make you think. They always make you have to like think and work for it. You don't just fucking make your way through a Metal Gear game without the music. Yeah, the music is so great.
Snake.
So that's cool. So we're still doing some Metal Gear. Definitely gonna check out RoboCop.
The thing that attracts me to, because I'm playing Resident Evil 4, is like the challenge, because those are challenging.
Is that Unreal Engine?
No.
Capcom doesn't use. They have their own engine. Capcom.
They do their own thing.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's their own thing. But yeah, I think Resident Evil 4, it's like challenging enough where you gotta approach each situation and have a plan, because
the
puzzles, they're throwing enemies at you in a certain way, and you tend to die and try out a few.
¿Dónde está?
They call you something all the time, like repetitively. They call you this.
Vos plagas, gloriados plagas, gloriados plagas, gloriados.
They probably repeated themselves even worse back in the original, because I think they may have added some extra shit.
Oh, and the vendor, you have the vendor, yeah. Rubies are rubbish, makes no difference, but the price.
What does he say? Oh, that's why gun rhymes with fun. Yeah, stranger.
He always laughs too.
So
right? You play Resident Evil 4, right? You never played the Resident Evil games, Rob?
Nah,
you got to be sparing with your fucking ammo. You don't have lots of ammo.
You don't like the Resident Evil games.
I don't.
But why?
You know what? Exactly all the things
you
I'm
haven't
saying.
played it. You haven't played it.
Because the things I'm saying.
Too.
I'm surprised though.
The
I
remake?
feel like Metal Gear. Well, Metal Gear's not similar, but
No, that's how I sold it to Gina. I feel like Metal Gear is kind of similar to.
it's on rails a little bit.
Well, Metal Gear is a little more sandboxy, I think.
Yeah,
well,
you could go around.
Even RE4 is a little sandboxy. I mean, all things considered, you're going
go
back and forth.
You could go back and forth, but
Glorious Plagas.
it's limiting because you don't have a lot of ammo. You're definitely overwhelmed. They don't let you feel
it's more
like
survival.
A sense of exactly. You never feel OP. You're not like Kratos running into a battle.
See, I like that shit though.
If you like Resident Evil, then that's why I like it. Initially, I'll be kind of lazy and like bored, and I'll run into like the next scenario, and I'll just be like, but then I'll have to like lean forward and concentrate because you're like, are you fucking kidding me? I could have killed that guy. I just was kind of slacking off. Yeah. So it makes you try, and then the puzzles, they make you think. So it's good because you got to earn it. And I think that's a good trait in any good game. It's not on autopilot ever.
RE4 is always, the puzzles where you got to have the right piece
That's why I like
to put
the
in the right thing.
Darksider games so much. Because Darksider had some really good puzzles. Those games.
Yeah.
with the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
I haven't played those.
It was definitely, especially that first one was like, it was like a mix between like Legend of Zelda, God of War, Portal. Like there was like so many different puzzle types, because you would get different abilities and shit, and take down enemies and get like another weapon and stuff like that. And it was and even all the way to the Darksiders 2 was really good, because you could play as Death, and it kind of changed the story up a little bit.
It was like PS2, right? Oh wait, is that Xbox 360?
It was a 360 game.
Yeah, that was like an early one too.
Yeah, with the horse. Yeah, it was the Four Horsemen, and they made Darksiders 3. Not too long ago. The original studio that was making those games ended up folding, and I think they sold the rights. So whoever made 3 was a different studio than 2. And it might even be 1 and 2 were different studios. I'm not sure. But I'd always wished that they would make a 4th one to give you the 4th Horseman. Because you play as Strife, you play as Death, and you play as War. But Pestilence you never play as. Which is kind of stupid. Like, why would they make 3 of the Four Horsemen games and then not finish them? But I think they ended up making like another game in the series, but it was like a strategy, like top down, almost like Diablo style game. Like, I don't know, but I couldn't get into that.
Tricky Ricky said the first one is the best. I'm guessing I don't know if he's referring to Resident Evil, if he's referring to the what was the game you just said? Darksiders game. I think he might be referring to Resident Evil, which would be a great question if Joe was here, because then we could ask, at least between the three of us, what was the best, how do we rank our Resident Evil games. I think that'll be a fun topic for another day. And eventually we are going to talk about Resident Evil with friend of the show, Mike Pacifico.
Yeah, we got to have him.
Because he is a Resident Evil expert, and we've been talking about having him on the show for 2 years now. We have worked out some of our guest stuff. Hey, I'm bringing it up now. Mike Pacifico, if you're out there still listening, we want him on
Mike's
here.
like, text me. That's pretty much what he said.
Yeah, we should. We gotta. Well, we could
Johnny
probably have
Reyes.
in person. Actually, yeah. Well, actually, I could follow up. Johnny Reyes, he's the fucking man. Yeah. So we'll be talking some more Resident Evil 1. We'll get Rob into Resident Evil before then. Rob's gonna end up playing every game in 1 week.
I have them all.
What do you mean?
Somebody gifted me them all. I'm not into like horror games. I don't know. I like being able to kill everything. You're gonna give me a horror game, put me in
Before
Doom,
I even had a PlayStation, I saw Resident Evil 2. That was like the first PlayStation game. I think
Really? Resident Evil 2?
Yeah, I believe
Resident Evil
2.
1, man. Oh my god.
I again, like my friend's older brother had a PlayStation, and it was like, from Japan or something. It was, I don't know when. I don't remember the whole release thing, but when I first had hung out with him, brother had a PS1 hooked up to this cool TV that had these speakers that folded out, and we would legit just sit, have a sleepover and pitch, dead of night, watching his brother play this shit, and it was some scary shit, man. It was fucking the zombies, the whole thing, the whole tone of the game. It was like, it was definitely a game type you'd never.
It's a horror film with controls.
You couldn't compare it to anything. You had never really seen that, and that control scheme with the guns, the cool variant of guns. They had all these different pistols and automatic pistols, and then there was the two sides to the game, which was Leon Kennedy and Claire. So Claire Redfield, Chris Redfield's sister. And it just had this. It was, before The Walking Dead, before the huge zombie trend.
It really was one of the first zombie things that I've ever seen. It was my introduction to zombies.
Right. And
the one that's eating the guy's face. Yeah.
And it just turns and looks. It's like,
so actually,
this is the opening scene.
Let me switch the scene here. We do have, I don't know, hopefully they have audio for this, but just this scene, dude, when you first saw.
And fucking
going through the doors was even scary
because you didn't know if someone was gonna pop out.
The doors was fucking creepy as hell. And
I hope they can hear it.
Here you go. You just fucking
footsteps.
This is what you see. I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. This fucking oh, you're fucked.
Yeah, dude, that
you're
was
fucked.
Scary.
And then you're like, oh my god.
What do? What do I do? About
and the controls were awful. Oh, see, that's stupid. She's just running away. That's not the way that you do it. That's not the way you do it. I think actually it'll show up and Barry will help you this way.
Barry?
Barry? What?
Joe,
What is it?
look out.
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this.
Bang! Bang!
I mean, I guess that's a good way to preserve your own ammo.
It's definitely the smart way to play because I would have wasted all 5 bullets that
What
she had.
is it?
That's what Gary always says. He's always just like, what is it? Blood.
What is it?
It says it's on full screen. They couldn't see it. Fuck. All right, let me take it out of full screen. We'll rewatch it again here. Fuckers, man. Why do they gotta do that?
It's in full screen. You can't schmear. Put it in
You
like
guys know the
studio.
drill.
Like the little YouTube thing at the bottom,
I
right?
think they could see it now.
I know. You could just make the video bigger for them. If you
I
put
did,
the-
and then I fucked it
no,
up.
no, the other thing. Yeah, that one.
This one, theater mode?
Yeah.
That shit is...
Did I hear it then? Did you hear the whole shit? Yeah, that's all.
Face looks like it's made out of paper mache.
And 2, they would just be like,
Can you guys hear it? I don't know if they can actually hear it or not. They can see it, at the very least. That was the other thing, too, in Resident Evil, man. That clock was just ticking
Barry?
the whole time when you're in the fucking kitchen area.
You know what that reminds me of?
What is
Tomb
it?
Raider 2?
Watch out!
With the
It's a
butler with
monster!
the constantly
Let me
shaking
take care of
plate.
this.
the first Tomb Raider was one of the hardest games I've ever played.
Very
Never
tough.
played Tomb Raider games. Never played.
Oh, bro, they were not even worth playing. I swear, the
Tomb
first one
Raider
was
2,
just-
when you're under the water and the
God.
shark keeps attacking you when you're trying to get to the sub, that's very fun.
that was on like Lion King level shit. That was like,
Very
I give up.
frustrating.
I don't even want to play this anymore. That was how bad that.
I spent 90% of my time playing Tomb Raider 2 in the at her house, doing the obstacle course
Oh,
and
right.
shit. I used to
No,
love
that
that.
was cool.
I used to love locking the butler in the refrigerator because he would follow you everywhere, and you could just hear his like shaking, rattling cups and shit all the time. And I remember being what was frustratingly hard because you had to like really memorize the
Bear?
maze. Is if you went into the middle of the
Where's
maze and went
Barry?
underground, there was like this little underground passageway, and at the end of that hallway, there was a button. And if you pushed that button and rushed all the way back to the mansion, next to the clock in the hallway, the wall opens up and all her treasures are in there. But you had to make it in time, and it was like impossible to get back in time.
Oh, dude. Flyboy, I really appreciate that he called this out. He said that we need another Indiana Jones and Lara Croft ChatGPT story.
Whoa,
You remember the first one
that's
we
a
did?
deep cut.
Oh
You remember
my
the
God,
first
you
one we
remember
did?
that?
Things are heating up down here.
Oh,
Got
damn.
Indiana
Wow.
Jones.
That was
The things that I think people
Amazing.
didn't see or don't
Oh,
watch.
dude, I'm so glad that he saw the
They're the
ChatGPT.
things they all remember.
That was some of the best shit we ever.
We had-
We actually
we had-
do have some ChatGPT stuff planned
the
for
people
today.
that don't know what we're talking about, in one of our earlier episodes, we did a ChatGPT generated story that was narrated by Jim Ross about Indiana Jones and Lara Croft.
Flyboy actually said
trying
he's the
to
one
have
that suggested
sex.
it. He's the one because we were taking ideas from the crowd, and he was the one that suggested
And
it.
it was like Indiana Jones has like
Right.
erectile dysfunction.
Yeah. Well, well, folks, the clock's not able to perform tonight. It's just,
One of the funniest. Yes.
oh, dude, should we go to that now? I mean, is that a good segue?
What do you think?
We could keep riffing on video games. We got
no better.
yeah, you know, well,
Not that that's unrelated, but we'll talk more Resident Evil in the future because there's definitely more to say.
Yeah, I got no opinion one way or the other.
well, we're gonna have
Everybody's got their thing.
we'll have Mike Pacifico on here,
I
who's
can't know
a
everything.
scholar.
You know, Jesus Christ, I spent enough money on shit.
Mike could be another good. Well, I mean, if he wants to
Be in
come here, it'd be good.
I think we can have him
Yeah,
in
he can
person.
have a yeah for sure.
Oh, that's right. So Flyboy was saying he's I remember him saying this. He's actually a Long Island boy, but he's living in Atlanta right now. He's back in town for Thanksgiving.
Atlanta.
Welcome back to town, brother. Get yourself some Wally's Bagels, the greatest
Yeah,
bagels.
don't miss Wally's Bagels, little buffalo slice from Pizza
I
Island.
feel like I remember he was saying he's like somewhat related to Dr. Handelman too, our famed dentist, the greatest dentist of all time. All right, so ChatGPT, we do have some people here. So if you have any good ideas for a ChatGPT scenario script that we could read through, Rob could do most of the voices. We'll I don't know which one you are. Tap
We
it.
should do the JR and King commentary.
Man.
That was it. He said Dr. Handelman's daughter was my supervisor at Geico in Woodbury.
That's funny.
It's two. All right, yeah, we'll meet you out there. All right, that's perfect. Vin's gonna step out for a second. So, Rob, let's see.
I had to adjust myself. I'm like
Tricky Ricky said, "Is everybody from?" Yeah, pretty much. We're all New Yorkers here, Long Islanders, for better or worse. All right, so ChatGPT, what can we come up with here? Write me a. Maybe we do a Metal Gear, Metal Gear JR and the King crossover. Is that possible? Do you think we'll be able to pull that off?
What will we do?
Write me a ridiculous and funny script where JR, or we'll say Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler are narrating trying to think of how to word this right. The first prompt might not work. We might have to try this a couple times till we get something good.
All right, we'll try it.
We'll see what the comments
see.
are. Write me a ridiculous and funny script where Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler are narrating the events of Metal Gear. Let's see what happens.
Solid?
Metal Gear Solid. We'll just leave it at that. We'll see which Metal Gear.
Let's see what it comes up with. I'm interested to see.
All right, so. Oh God, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to do my King right now, dude. I'm not ready. Oh my God, it keeps going and going.
Oh no! Well, yeah. I mean, you told it to explain Metal Gear Solid.
We don't even know if it's gonna be funny or not, but I guess we'll see. Oh yeah, it looks like it might be pretty funny.
Take off my sunglasses for this because I need to be able to read it.
All right, and then we could see too if we have anything in the comments here. Just before we start here, JR and King. So Joe said JR and King commentate a Thanksgiving food fight. That would be funny. That's the next one we're doing for sure. That's fucking good. He said
if this one's too long, maybe we'll just do that.
We'll see how it goes. Let's see. Flyboy said, I'm heading to Chosen One Toys and Collectibles on Monday. Haven't been there. Have you been to Chosen One?
Yeah, we've been to Chosen One. Chosen One's the one on Montauk Highway.
Did we do a game hunt, a toy hunt there?
Remember when you wanted the statue of the Emperor?
That was Chosen One?
Chosen One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and
the
you
one
convinced me not
Tunes.
to. Yeah. You can. Oh, it is next to Looney Tunes. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
get my fucking Taco Bell cup out of the way. I remember you talking me out of buying that Palpatine statue.
I mean, they wanted like $300 above MSRP on the shit. Come on.
Yeah. So
Come on,
just
son.
always be mindful of that. Tricky Ricky said, how did a kid from South Carolina end up being one of your biggest fans? We love you, Rick. Appreciate you being here. You're part of the show at this point. You know, it's like we're at same thing with Dungeon and all of our regulars here, Rocket Boy. Like, you guys help us, keep us on task, give us good ideas. So, fucking chance, you know? What are the odds of that?
And then we're not the only ones watching ourselves, you know?
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, exactly. At least we have some people out there that appreciate us. All right. So ChatGPT. We'll try our best here. You got to forgive me if my king isn't. I'm not used to. Was never prepared to be Jerry the King Lawler. It was a mantle thrust upon me. Interior of a makeshift. Oh, you know what? Let me zoom into this so we can see this on the TV here.
Oh, that's much better.
I'll try my best to scroll
really
through this, Rob.
Before.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see here. A little tough.
I'm like, wait, what? Is that a dotted line? What the fuck is that?
The interior of a makeshift commentary booth. Like, that's a makeshift commentary booth.
Makeshift.
Like Jerry the King Lawler and
like
JR
the studio. It's a
set up in the middle of Metal Gear chaos. They set up a commentary booth
inside of a love box.
Jim Ross and Jerry the King should I do my Mean Gene voice? Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler sit side by side wearing camouflage suits and headbands. A cardboard box labeled commentary zone is placed over their heads.
I wasn't far off.
All right, so Rob, there you go. You're JR.
Good old JR here, folks, alongside Jerry the King Lawler, and welcome to a special edition of the Snakes Bizarre Infiltration Showdown.
That's right, JR. That's right, JR. We've got Solid Snake sneaking around, and he's not in the grouse, but he's on the prowl.
Snake's in that cardboard box, King. The man's a master of disguise. It's like he's playing hide and seek with a bunch of high-tech terrorists.
Well, JR, he's got that box over his head, but I heard he's been practicing his box trot dance moves for this mission. Cut to Solid Snake doing a silly dance in the box, accompanied by comical music.
Would you look at that footwork, King? He's a regular Fred Astaire, but more cardboard.
Look out! Now, JR, Snake's making his way through the facility with all the grace of a ninja. Or should I say a cardboard ninja? Cut to Snake using the box as a shield against guards, while Jim Ross provides over-the-top commentary.
He's using that box like a shield of justice, King. The box of freedom, protecting us from the bad guys and low ratings.
JR, have you noticed the size of that cardboard box? It's like he's smuggling a refrigerator in there. Maybe he's got some snacks for the road. Cut to Snake opening the box to reveal a stash of snacks and a portable TV.
Good Lord, King! He's got a full spread in there! Snacks, a TV, I think I saw a small barbecue kit.
Look at this! Snake's not just infiltrating JR, he's having a picnic! He's the James Bond of snacks and espionage. Snake takes a bite of a sandwich and gives a thumbs up to the camera.
Well, King, I think he's not just saving the world, he's saving lunchtime, too.
And speaking of saving, JR, have you heard about Snake's new line of cardboard fashion? It's the latest trend in espionage couture. Cut to Snake striking poses in various fashionable cardboard boxes.
The man's a trendsetter, King. Move over Paris Fashion Week. We got the big boss of style right here.
Hey, it knows the lore. It called him Big Boss. JR, I heard Snake's next mission is infiltrating a comedy club. He's going to tell jokes so bad that they put the guards to sleep. Cut to Snake telling corny jokes to confuse guards.
He's a one-man stand-up special. The laughter is the ultimate distraction.
Well, JR, whether he's saving the world or making guards snore, Snake is truly the hero we don't know we needed.
That's right, King. And with that, folks, we'll wrap up this edition of Snake's Bizarre Infiltration Showdown. Until next time, keep on slithering, Snake.
Not bad, not bad. All right, that was all right. You know, a little cheesy, but
a little ridiculous.
they had some
that's
good.
the point.
That is the point. They had some good ones in there.
You should get my cowboy hat for this.
This is a good one. So,
It's over in the other room on the. You see it.
all right, let's try this. So, write me a.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, I gotta flip this thing back now.
I gotta not kick the fucking camera.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, don't do that.
Thanksgiving food fight. We could even probably throw in another variable just to make it more Thanksgiving food fight on Tatooine. Should we do that? Thanksgiving food fight on Tatooine, or should we just leave it Thanksgiving food fight? Maybe that's
I probably
too
look
much.
like a beardless Hank Williams Jr. right now.
We got to do the side by side. That way the clips come out better here. Let me unmute you there, Vin. All right.
And a puncher boy can survive.
Oh God, and I pretty much got a Jerry the King Lawler shirt on right now, anyway. So this kind of works.
It does.
All right,
Get
so
your crown. We'll get you the New Year crown that we have in the other room.
where's the crown? Where's the crown?
It's in the other. Oh, you mean your
Where's the crown?
It's on
your
the lamp.
Baratheon
I
crown's
see it on
up
the
there.
lamp.
Is it?
Right up there.
the Baratheon crown.
It's
Then
not
we
really
have,
a king's
we
crown.
have we have the New Year crown that he bought last year, but that's over there. Too.
All right.
Get
So
your
what do you think?
crown.
Do we leave it at
Get
just
crown.
Thanksgiving food fight? Oh, he actually has a good one here. Flyboy. He said we need a chat GPT of Jill Valentine and Ada Wong on vacation on the beach, narrated by David Attenborough. The David Attenborough ones are actually pretty good. It nails like a David. You could say write something like David Attenborough, and
Yeah,
it doesn't.
on the beach.
Here we see.
Wild Jill.
All right.
Valentine.
So let's see what we got here. So let's just leave it now. Thanksgiving food fight. Let's see what happens here.
Well, it's coming up with the whole story. Look at this.
It's always the same thing. That's right, JR.
That's right. Jay. Well, that's
All right, this is up there. All right, so let's see how this
bad.
comes out.
It goes faster than you think because it's all short lines.
It's true. All right. Let me get this.
Oh, that's cool.
What's that?
So I just opened up the app here. Christopher Nolan has hidden 5 golden tickets in random physical copies of Oppenheimer. If you find a ticket, Nolan will invite you to the set of his next film.
What are the odds of that? Hey, that's one way
Willy
to sell.
Wonka.
It's one way to sell physical DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever media.
Oh, he's been on the rampage, making sure that people understand. Like when you buy the physical medium, you own it, and it can't be taken away from you, like it can be on the streaming services. And the quality is at least twice.
I guess
as
you're not
good.
going to get a ticket at Best Buy.
All right, let's give this a
Turn on
shot
the
here.
phone.
All right. The scene is set in a bustling arena where a massive Thanksgiving feast is laid out on a long table. Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler are seated at a commentary table adorned with autumn-themed decorations.
Got old JR here along with the King, Jerry the Lawler, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the annual Thanksgiving Food Fight Extravaganza.
That's right, JR. We've got a ring full of hungry competitors ready to battle it out with mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and turkey legs flying everywhere. The camera pans to the ring where participants are gearing up with full plates of various Thanksgiving delicacies.
Look at the intensity in their eyes, King. These folks are not here to just enjoy a meal. They're here for a culinary clash of the titans.
Look out! JR, you can feel the tension in the air, but also the aroma of roasted turkey. It's a beautiful blend of chaos and comfort food. The bell rings, signaling the start of a food fight. Participants begin hurtling mashed potatoes, gravy, and stuffing at each other.
And there goes the first volley, King. Mashed potatoes flying like cannonballs, and the stuffing grenades explode left and right.
Ah! JR! It's like a war zone, but instead of bullets, they got buttered rolls as ammunition. Cut to a slow motion shot of a participant executing a perfect turkey leg toss, knocking down opponents like bowling pins.
My goodness, did you see the precision of that turkey leg throw, King? That's a strike in any Thanksgiving bowling league. It's a regular slobber knocker.
Ah! The carnage is real, JR, but so is the camaraderie. These folks are bonding over the joy of throwing food at each other. Camera zooms in on participants wearing a pumpkin pie hat, dodging incoming food with impressive agility.
Look at that, King. The pumpkin pie warrior gracefully evaded each side dish thrown his way. He's a dessert ninja.
Look at this! JR, the food fight is all the elements of a classic Thanksgiving. Family, friends, and flying gravy. Cut to a moment of chaos as participants engage in a turkey tug-of-war, pulling the bird back and forth.
Good God almighty, King. It's a turkey tug-of-war. A battle for the centerpiece of the feast. This is a Thanksgiving tradition like no other.
JR, I've seen a lot in my years, but nothing quite like this. It's a beautiful mess of mashed potatoes and mayhem. As the food fight reaches its climax, participants come together for a group photo covered in various Thanksgiving foods.
And there you have it, folks, a Thanksgiving food fight for the ages. They may be covered in gravy, but they're united in the spirit of Thanksgiving.
That's right, JR. From all of us here at the commentary, we wish you a happy and messy Thanksgiving. Not bad. Not bad. Look out. Look out. Look out. Ah! Look at this. That's all you need to get a good Jerry the King Lawler there.
So stupid.
Oh my God! All right, let's look at the comments. Let's see if we have any good ideas here. So, we last had Chat GPT of Jill Valentine and Ada Wong vacationing on the beach, narrated by David Attenborough.
I don't know David Attenborough like that, so
I don't know if I could do a lot of David. I could do David Attenborough for about a minute, but then my British starts getting a little.
I don't think I've ever
wonky.
listened to him, so I'd have to
You know David
speech
Attenborough. He's the guy that's always like, here we
Attention
see.
to detail.
Yeah,
When he watches the wild flock of
we need.
flamingos.
That would put me out.
We need to make
it's
it more
instant. It's the
specific.
best.
We got to make it more specific if like we want it to be funnier, because when we leave it broad, it starts telling some cheesy jokes.
Shit.
All right, so how are we doing this?
Can't even think of a thing to tell something.
Well, we said we wanted to do another Indiana Jones, right?
Okay, write me commentary. How did I write this before? Said, write me a script for Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler commentating. There we go. Commentating, what was it? Indiana Jones and Laura Croft, was that it?
Yeah.
Doing them again?
What do we want them to be doing this time?
Well, we need erectile dysfunction in there at some point.
Erectile
It's just- looks like he can't perform. You know, it's like it's just too
That
good.
shit was so funny. last
I'm
night. Searching for the One Piece.
searching for. I don't watch One Piece, so I can't.
It's so good. You need to watch One Piece. Greatest anime of all time.
There's obvious sexual tension, but Indiana Jones, once again, has erectile. Is it DYS function?
DI.
It's DYS. Indiana Jones is also now addicted to cocaine. Let's just.
Oh my god.
They don't like that one. They always.
We'll see
try
what
to
happens,
reject,
'cause
you know. Then we got to get into has
Yeah.
an addiction.
I'm sorry, but I can't create content that includes sexually explicit themes or promotes drug use.
Yeah. See. They got
Wow,
both
they're
of them in there.
really making it harder now. Okay, so we'll fuck it. We
Just
can
leave
game
the
the
addicted
system.
to cocaine.
You
part
got
out.
you got
See if it'll
you
allow
have
to
the
do-
word you have the explicit words of sex and cocaine. You could probably be a
Let's
little
see.
bit
Maybe
more.
we'll see without the
Try it.
cocaine.
Copy it.
I'm sure YouTube loves when
Indiana
we are-
Jones is also struggling with
If you have an addiction, seek help.
overcoming his addiction.
I don't have the
to
number. but
cocaine.
We recommend you seek help if you're addicted.
Let's see if they're gonna make a problem there. I understand your request. Okay, so hold on. Instead of saying flat out,
Just leave out the cocaine part.
well, let's see if it works.
You
It
gotta
might
say
might be the
addicted
erectile dysfunction part.
Has an addiction. You got to say
It's
has an
no,
addiction.
no. It's not that at all. It's the erectile
Oh,
dysfunction. So we'll just say can't perform. Once again, can't perform.
Why don't you leave out sexual tension and just make it erectile dysfunction? Maybe
We'll just
erectile
say-
dysfunction is not a.
We'll say obvious attraction between the two.
Let's see.
And then I'll try this with overcoming the cocaine, and then if that's still a problem, all right, we'll just get rid of the cocaine.
Obsessed with
Just-
Indiana Jones being on cocaine.
I just want. I feel like it would make it really. It can't even do that now anymore.
What?
I said, there's obvious attraction, but once again, Indiana Jones can't perform. That's it, and it can't even do that now.
Oh, boo!
Last time it was,
That's how they get you.
but Indiana Jones, damn. I mean, it's like, well, how can you make
But
something
erectile
funny if this?
dysfunction.
Once again, no, I think it's just not going to work. I don't know.
All right, then
What do you
just
think?
leave it at the one piece.
Peter,
Come on, Chris, we're losing viewers.
let's see. There's obvious, but Indiana Jones can't close the deal. Maybe I don't know. Let's just see. There we go. There we go. We're getting something.
Interior.
Trying. It's thinking about it.
It's still writing it. It's trying its best. Holy shit!
Oh,
All right.
wrote a whole novel.
Wrote a whole thing. Let's see how this goes. If it's funny, we can try to. If it's not funny, we can just give up on it. But let's see.
Help!
Trying to zoom in here.
We're committed. Now we have to do it.
Once again, it's a makeshift commentary booth. I love that. Interior, a makeshift commentary booth overlooking an ancient temple. They're just always making a fucking
Just
table.
sit there while
It's
it's
just
fucking
like-
happening.
Oh, here we are again. A makeshift commentary table overlooking an ancient temple. Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler are seated, watching Indiana Jones and Lara Croft navigating through treacherous terrain.
Good old JR here. Why do they keep putting the King Jerry Lawler?
And it's always that's right.
Good
dude.
old JR here, alongside Jerry the King Lawler, and folks, we got a once-in-a-lifetime adventure unfolding right before your eyes.
That's right, JR. The world's most famous archaeologist, Indiana Jones, and a Tomb Raider herself, Lara Croft, on a quest for the elusive One Piece. The camera cuts to Indiana Jones and Lara Croft exchanging flirty glances as they navigate through booby-trapped corridors.
There's a lot of tension in the air, King, but not just from the ancient traps, but from the sparks flying between these two adventures.
Ah! You can cut the tension with a machete! JR, it's hotter than a jalapeno in here! Indiana Jones attempts to make a daring leap across the chasm, but falls short, hanging on to the edge.
Oh my God! Indy's hanging on for dear life. The only thing hanging lower than him right now is the anticipation between him and Laura.
Look out! JR, he's got that classic charm, but he can't seal the deal. Or is it another missed opportunity? Lara Croft extends her hand to help Indy up, and they share a lingering gaze.
Look at that, King. A moment of connection. But can Indy turn this into a home run, or is he stuck at first base?
JR, you can feel the chemistry, but there's a fine line between archaeological romance and a missed archaeological chance. Cut to a scene where Indiana Jones tries to impress Lara Croft with a daring whip stunt, but accidentally smacks himself in the face.
Good God almighty, the old whip trick gone wrong, King. If there were points for effort, he'd be winning, but we're not scoring on this style.
JR, it looks like a love story written by a booby trap, full of unexpected twists and turns. Indiana Jones and Lara Croft finally reach the chamber containing One Piece.
They've made it, King. The treasure is inside, but can Indy muster the courage or close the deal?
JR, it's now or never! Look out! The One Piece isn't the only thing that's on the line here! Indiana Jones hesitates, glancing at Lara Croft, who gives him an encouraging nod.
Here we go, folks. The moment of truth. Will Indy make his move? Will this be another archaeological misconnection?
As Indiana Jones prepares to make his move, the scene fades out, leaving the outcome to the imagination of the audience.
Well, that's all the time we have for this adventure, folks. Will they or won't they? We'll leave that to your imagination.
Oh, I can't wait, JR! I can't wait to see if he gets to see the puppies! Tune in next time for a more archaeological romance and perilous passion, right here on the Adventure Channel and Monday Night Raw.
JR's barbecue.
Every time they cut to a scene of Kane walking backstage, King every time just, look out!
Oh my God.
Every time.
It's gotta be Kane.
Oh man. Getting a fucking headache from screaming like that,
dude.
dude.
From the hat. That's why I don't wear hats.
Yeah, it's tough. What else do we got? Tricky Ricky said, I love cocaine. I love cocaine!
We do not condone the use
You ever
of
see
cocaine on the show.
Metalocalypse, though? They have Dr. Roxo. You ever see that? It's Dr. Roxo, baby! The cocaine clown! You never saw Dr. Roxo?
No.
Oh, dude, you gotta look it up. Metalocalypse, Dr. Roxo. He's the cocaine clown.
I've seen Metalocalypse.
I love cocaine! He's the best. He's got that voice.
That's hysterical.
So, Joe hosted the show in Florida right now, said Peter Griffin and a homeless guy from GTA go shopping for Christmas gifts at Victoria's Secret. That's pretty good. We got to do that. Let's do one more.
Do it. We'll do one
My
more
head's
and then
pounding
we'll wrap
from
the
this.
show.
Yeah. All right. So,
It should be easy.
write me
I don't have to scream while I'm Peter.
Rusty the
yeah,
bum. That's gonna be
Rusty, I
rough.
don't have to scream at least.
Hey, Rusty, Bomb. Yeah,
Good.
right. Yeah, cigarette.
Where Peter Griffin and I won't say a GTA bomb. I'll just say a cigarette smoking, can't smoke cigarettes anymore, bum have to go Christmas shopping. How did he word it? Let's just see here.
I vote Victoria's Secret.
Christmas shopping for gifts at Victoria's. For gifts at Victoria's Secret. Commentated by J.R.
No.
Write me a ridiculous script where Peter Griffin and a cigarette-smoking bum named Rusty have to go Christmas shopping for gifts at Victoria's Secret. Should I say ridiculous or should I say funny?
Funny.
Funny.
All right.
Funny.
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 Funny. Oh, it's working.
Then this time you could do the.
It's working.
You can do the
commentary?
fucking the whatever you call
Oh
it.
shit.
The brackets.
Glasses.
It's the brackets.
Read the brackets.
Whatever's in the brackets. All right, let me make sure this
Probably
looks
make
all
it
right on
bigger,
here.
no?
I can't read it like fucking.
I'm gonna have to take my sunglasses off again.
I had to put my fucking.
I should get my
sunglasses
round
on.
glasses. They're over there.
Do we have to act out this and it says like Rusty exhaling smoke? Should we just act that out or how do we?
Yeah, act it out. Why not?
Doing a voice acting
Give me the
session?
vape. Give me the vape. That way, at least I can pretend I'm smoking a cigarette the whole time.
Where is it? Where is it?
Do I have? I have the vape.
This is gonna be great.
Yeah, cigarette, buddy.
Yeah, cigarette.
I'm gonna have to improvise here. All right.
I can't imitate your fucking announcer voice though.
Well, that's
Go
a cheap impression of Mean Gene.
I have to try to think of the Star Wars intro for the Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars.
The Clone
Be the
Wars.
Clone Wars guys.
Oh,
I forget
God.
that. I could do that guy's voice.
The Jedi are attacking the
Jedi attack once more.
I can try to do that. I can't do it
Fucking-
good, but yeah. All right, Jesus. Quahog Mall. Peter Griffin is reluctantly accompanied by Rusty, a cigarette-smoking bum, as they enter Victoria's Secret.
Hey, Rusty, why did you drag me into Victoria's Secret? Isn't there a toy store or something?
Oh, hold on. Haven't done the Rusty voice in a while.
Relax, Peter.
I can't even do
Relax, buddy. We're here for Christmas shopping, you know. Get always something special.
Where are we?
You're right there.
Yeah, but in a lingerie store? What do I know about women's underwear?
Trust me, Peter. It's not rocket science. Just follow my lead.
They start browsing through the store, surrounded by mannequins and elaborate lingerie sets. Oh, God.
So, Rusty, you ever been in here before?
Oh yeah, Peter. It's like my second home. I practically live here. All the employees here give me cigarettes. It's not by choice, though.
Peter spots a saleswoman approaching and panics.
Uh-oh. Rusty, act natural.
Don't worry, buddy. I got this.
Saleswoman. I guess that's you, Vin. You're the saleswoman.
Oh, great. Hi, gentlemen. Can I help you find anything special today?
Hey, buddy. What is it? We're on a quest for a magical Christmas undies. Something that screams festive, but not too generous either. And by the way, you got a cigarette, buddy? You got a cigarette you can give me?
Yeah, festive, but not Santa-ish. Exactly.
The saleswoman leads them to display a holiday-themed lingerie. Oh, to a display of holiday-themed lingerie.
That's you two there.
Oh, God. How about these candy cane themed panties? They're quite popular this time of year.
Hey, Rusty, Lois is more of a gingerbread cookie fan, right?
Yeah, but I don't think they make gingerbread-themed lingerie, Peter.
They settle on the candy cane themed panties, and Peter nervously makes the purchase. What am I reading?
Well, that was something. Now what?
Well, now we gotta get Lewis a little something for when it's not Christmas, you know what I mean?
They continue shopping, and Peter is visibly uncomfortable.
Rusty, I thought Christmas shopping was supposed to be fun and stress-free.
Oh, it is, Peter. Just think about Lois's face when she unwraps these gifts. It's gonna be priceless.
As Peter and Rusty make their way to the checkout, the scene ends with a mix of awkwardness and laughter, and leaving the audience to wonder how Lois will react to her. That was
It wasn't
the
that
most
good.
awkward. Thanks, ChatGPT,
great.
for
That
that
wasn't
one.
that
Fantastic.
good. It was a little cheesy this time,
It's
but
funny.
you know, you never know what you're gonna get. You know, we could ask it a different way, and it might be better.
ChatGPT is like a box of chocolates.
I'm blaming Joe for that one.
Maybe we could end it with maybe just a grind my gears at least, so we can end on something kind of funny. Maybe we do. Write me a grinds my gears
About Black Friday.
for a
That'd be perfect.
narrated by
Writes itself.
Peter Griffin about Black Friday. This will be good. And then hold on, let's just give this a minute here.
Here we go. See, even ChatGPT can't write a grinds my gears instantly. Makes me feel better. A supercomputer couldn't come up with it like that.
So do we read the cut to a flashback of Peter standing in a long line or that stuff, or do we just do the Peter Griffin dialogue?
Just let
No,
him.
we can't
let
do
him rip it.
flashback. How the fuck am I going to do a flashback?
That's what I'm saying. We don't have to speak it out. We could just do the Peter parts.
Yeah.
All right. So whenever you're ready, Rob, I'm
Interior,
just
the
going to put
Griffin
this
living
on.
room. Peter Griffin sits in his favorite chair looking directly at the camera. You know what really grinds my gears? Black Friday. It's like a chaotic circus of consumerism. And I'm not talking about the fun kind with clowns and elephants. I mean, come on. It's just Thanksgiving. It's a time to be thankful for what you have. And suddenly everyone's like, let's go wrestle each other for a discount toaster. Cuts to scene of shoppers frantically grabbing items off the shelves.
Don't even read it.
Is it like Hunger Games with credit cards? People trampling over each other to save a few bucks? Is it really worth it? And don't get me started on the folks who wake up at 4 a.m. to snag a deal. I'm still trying to figure out how to set the clock on my microwave. You spend the whole day being thankful, and then boom! It's every man for himself. The quest for a discounted blender. Plus, the name Black Friday makes it sound like a horror movie. I mean, the scariest thing about Thanksgiving should be Aunt Meg's weird cranberry sauce, not dodging shopping carts like you're in a demolition derby. And the stores, they start putting up Christmas decorations before you even finish your pumpkin pie. Can we let Thanksgiving have its moment? I just wanted to enjoy my mashed potatoes without worrying about scoring a discount on a gravy boat. So Black Friday, you really grind my gears. It's like the Super Bowl of unnecessary chaos. Can't we just sit back, relax, and enjoy the leftovers? And that, my friends, is what grinds my gears.
Not bad.
Nails it.
Not too bad. Yeah.
that
You know what? I
lasted-
feel like
that lasted.
ChatGPT used to be a little bit funnier. Like it was a little bit funnier, but that was good.
Aunt Meg, come on.
Aunt Meg was funny. It
was a
it
nice
does have
touch.
its little insider jokes, so I'm happy about that. But I'm a little sad that they censored it a bit. But
Fail.
what are you gonna do?
Inevitable.
Um,
Microsoft.
Flyboy actually asked a good question too. As we kind of start wrapping up, he said, "When is the next break room toy hunt?"
That's a good
question.
question. I mean, we've hit everywhere on Long Island like 6 times over.
And we don't have a lot of money right now.
We really don't have a lot of money right now, especially with the
Holidays.
holidays coming. It's the holidays. We don't spend money on ourselves. But
That's a fucking lie.
That's a lie.
well,
Yeah.
not this time
Right.
of year anyway. I definitely spent a lot of money on myself, but that's the rest of the year.
You have shit next to you right now. You fucking.
That's right. I didn't show off the things that I got when I went to MapleCon. I actually got a couple of toys in the mail. I figured I'd show them.
Show him.
Yeah, I just got a couple of the Dreadnoks from G.I. Joe. I got Ripper and Buzzer. I always like these guys. They kind of
You got a
reminded me of my
chainsaw?
uncle's cousins in Florida with their motorcycles and shit. That just reminded me of them. And I had these guys when I was a kid, and I have Zartan floating around somewhere. When we were in the mall, they actually had one of the Zartan's sisters, Arana, but I couldn't remember if I had her or not, so I didn't buy it. But
What is that from Zoltan? Is that Dude Where's My Car or something?
Zoltan.
Is that Dude Where's My Car?
Pretty sure it's
well, it's
Zoltan.
Zartan is the name.
Zoltan.
Of it.
No, but there was a movie where it was like they would be like Zoltan,
Zoltan.
and I think it was
Zoltan.
Dude Where's
Let me
My
see.
Car.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that movie.
Well, and also in Space Ghost, the cartoon
Ghost
they used to have was
Coast.
Zoltar as well. I think
Moltar.
Moltar, was that what it was?
Moltar,
He was like the
yeah.
guy in the hazmat suit that was always
Exactly,
yeah,
Moltar. Yeah. He lived in like the fucking volcano and shit. So.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry,
That show
we
was
just
insane.
we
Actually,
just totally went off the rails. But you said that name, and I'm like, wait, Zoltar? What is that?
Zoltan.
Zoltan,
Zartan.
Zartan.
Zartan and the Dreadnoks. But this has been a fun show. We got some good stuff coming up. We're going to be doing our end of the year show probably in a couple of weeks because it's.
Jesus.
I mean, we're literally getting there. We're next episode. We're in December,
Yeah.
which is insane.
We'll have our year in review. We'll definitely recap some of the craziest shit of the year, some of the things that we fucking hated about this year, some of the things we liked. We'll
And
look forward to
we
next.
would like some fan favorites too. So if you have favorite parts of the show this year, please let us know in the comments. So we can do like an honorable mention from the crowd of what some of your favorite stuff that you've seen from our show this year. Because most of the people that watch us every day, every week. I mean, so
We have our loyal, devoted followers. And while we're talking about Thanksgiving and what we're thankful for, we're definitely thankful for all of you guys. You make doing the show a lot more fun. It's a group effort really by all of us, and you guys in the comments giving us good ideas and encouragement, definitely makes this worth it. I also want to mention just before the show ends, Rob, because I know that you'll really appreciate this. Flyboy 1943 mentioned that SH Figure Arts just released a new Indiana Jones figure, and it blows Hasbro's out of the water. And I know you love your Indiana
so I
Jones
actually
toys.
saw pictures of that. It had been released in Japan before America. And I saw that pre-orders were starting to come up for that, and it looks outstanding. Looks exactly like Harrison Ford.
Damn.
They're priced higher, but they're worth it. I have a good amount of the SH Figure Arts Star Wars figures. I got Han, I got Leia, Obi-Wan, Vader, R2 and 3PO, Jedi Luke, Tatooine Luke. And they, when I tell you that these guys look like the actual, like they walked off the fucking movie set, I couldn't get myself to open these because they're just so like high end. I had considered setting them up at one point, and I ended up buying these 6-inch scale walls that look like Death Star walls and stuff because I was going to make like them running out of the Death Star scene, but I was like, I can't even open these. I'll just open up the cheap Black Series figures because who gives a shit? But
I wonder if
they're outstanding.
I wonder if the Indiana Jones, the whip, is like a good material or it's plastic.
I mean, I've in recent years been going onto eBay and buying custom shit to go with figures that I already have. Like,
Nice.
I haven't showed it off on the show, but if you look up on the top shelf there, the
Trench coat.
I made I got the trench coat for the
Thing.
For the Thing, as well as myself. If you look to the left of the Hulk on the right hand side, that's the head that had the make of me. And I stuck a fedora on it, and I stuck it on the body of one of the Indiana Jones figures and put a trench coat over it, so I look like a G-Man, which is pretty sick. So custom stuff, I wouldn't underestimate custom stuff. And I mean, they even make like superhero outfits. Like if you wanted the Punisher to have like a cloth outfit, like they make that kind of stuff. So
Well, and with the wrestling
Wild.
toys too, that's big. You know, people make these crazy arenas with
Sure.
crowds, and they take pictures of it and set this whole scene
funny, I
up.
was looking at Facebook Marketplace today, and somebody was selling the Titantron in the box. So I was laughing. I was like, "Oh, Chris would want this."
Oh, I used to
We
we
saw
used to
that.
craft elaborate sets, and I would make weapons for my guys, out of all kinds of things.
Sure,
It's always good. It makes it a little bit more fun to.
absolutely. Well, that's the point of toys, is to use your imagination.
Yeah, actually, and Flyboy just followed up. He said Stan Solo makes outstanding custom Kenner Star Wars figures.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I ended up
Checking out.
years ago on eBay getting custom Steven Spielberg on an Indiana Jones vintage card back and a George Lucas on the vintage Star Wars card back. So I have those floating around the ether.
Oh, man.
my attic as well, but those are pretty funny. And I'm so sick in the head with knowing like what toys are. It's like I know what toys they repurposed to make the toys.
Yeah, the ones that used to be something else.
Yeah, it's
oh,
like, oh, this is Lando's body. It's clear. Like I know this. I know this body. I've had this toy my whole life.
that's so funny.
But once again, want to say thank you to all the fans. Not just because it's Thanksgiving, but because we're thankful for you guys. Thank you for tuning in every week. If you're a fan of the show, please tell your friends to like, comment, subscribe. It's like the live, laugh, love of the internet.
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm never gonna unhear that. And turn on your notifications too.
Turn on those notifications.
Might be
right
live
there,
streaming
right
RoboCop
there.
after this.
Right
Might,
So when we're
might
10
be.
minutes late, we're 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
Just click here with the fancy box to subscribe.
We recognize that
Yeah.
Friday nights are
We're not that clever.
not necessarily the best night for everybody to listen. So we appreciate those who listen not live as well.
Absolutely. But
I remember
guys, this has been the
TGIF.
Break Room Podcast. Snoochie Boochies, and may the force be with you.